To welcome you all to our annual four-way speech contest. And just to begin, before we jump into introductions and welcoming our students, I want to thank Pam Parr, who's their teacher, who actually isn't able to make it today. She just got her COVID shot yesterday, so she's not in the best of health. But yeah, I just wanted to say hello and thank you again. And I want to send a shout out to our three judges who will be helping today. We have Kelly Tremaine, Steve Smith, and Sharon Sledzik. So thank you guys for that. So just to remind you all, the purpose of the speech contest is to give our youth in the community at Kent Roosevelt the chance to take an ethical issue that they care about and apply our four-way speech contest or our four-way speech test to it. And just a reminder, do you guys want to all say it to kind of remind ourselves of what our students will be judged on? So is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? So please keep these in mind when you hear our speeches today. Our judges will be keeping track of all that, but just something nice to keep in mind. So to jump in, we were supposed to have 3 students today from Roosevelt. Unfortunately, something came up, so we'll only have 2. They are all seniors. And the one who's not able to make it, I still want to give her a little shout out. Her name's Sydney Heath. She was going to talk to us about adoption today. So it would have been really interesting to hear about it, but unfortunately we won't be able to. So to jump in, Kaylee Lowry, she is a senior at Kent Roosevelt. She is going to be discussing the importance of a healthy lifestyle. Her title of her speech is Diet and Exercise Will Save Your Life. She is a freshman mentor at Roosevelt and also a member of the band. She is also on the lacrosse team and plans to come back next year to coach lacrosse at Kent Roosevelt. After graduation, she plans to study physical therapy. So welcome, Kaylee. Our second student that will be speaking is Isabella Mineo. Isabella's topic today is going to be social media and its effects on young people today. The title of her speech is Social Disconnection Due to Social Media. And she is a long distance runner when she's not participating in the speech contest. And she's also a secretary of DECA. After graduation, she plans to attend John Carroll University to play golf. So welcome, Isabella. So before we jump in, your teacher was also supposed to help with timing. So we're going to kind of change it up a little bit. If it works for you both, I'm just going to put in the chat box and keep track of the time and kind of put up like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes once you've hit your mark. For everyone in the audience, their goal is to stay between 5 and 7 minutes. So please try to stick to that. I'm sure you're well trained in that with Pam's guidance. And remember, relax, you've got this. We're not judging you in any way. Well, our judges are judging you, but in a different way. We're very excited to hear what you're passionate about. And we're just gonna start with Kaylee. So whenever you're ready, feel free to say the title of your speech again and go ahead. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so the title of my speech is How Diet and Exercise Affect Your Body. If I told you that you're potentially putting yourself on a deathbed, what would you say or think? I don't mean to scare you, but the threat is real. People often don't understand how important health is and how it affects how you live and your ability to do activities. This simple adjustment to your daily routine is excellent for feeling happier, healthier, and more confident. This task is eating healthier and exercising every day. The Rotary 4-way test expects 4 simple questions to be answered. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? Exercising for 30 minutes every day and making minor shifts to your diet is a great way to benefit your life, all while fulfilling these 4 Rotary test questions. Being mindful of your diet and how much you exercise can truly make a difference in your life. Obesity is a huge problem, especially in the United States. And because of this huge problem, one of the main causes of death in the United States is heart diseases or other cardiovascular complications. About 655,000 Americans die from heart disease every year. It's 1 in every 4 deaths. It's incredibly unfortunate that so many people die from a cardiovascular problem when it can be prevented or at least helped helped by just working out for 30 minutes every day and by eating healthier foods. The World Health Organization states that obesity is not the only potentially dangerous effect from poor diets. It can also lead to musculoskeletal disorders, especially osteoarthritis, which is a highly disabling degenerative disease of the joints. These statistics are shocking, but can be served as a warning to those who struggle with weight issues. My own teacher, Mrs. Har, is a perfect example of this. She has stated that she has always struggled with her weight. She has even started swimming to improve her lung capacity and build her muscle mass. Altering your diet and exercising can truly affect how you live, including the length of your life as well. The second question to answer is it fair to all concerned? Changing your diet and exercising daily is in fact fair to all concerned. Exercise equipment can be found at fairly cheap prices, and for most cases, you don't even need equipment. So the cost factor can be ruled out or at least diminished. As for healthier foods, you can grow your own fruits and vegetables for a more cost-effective and efficient way of eating healthier. When there's a will or a challenge to do something, especially if that means you're bettering yourself, it's important to follow through with any roadblocks you might run into. Some of the most common attributes to make people less likely to do these two simple tasks are cost, time, and determination. In the previous examples, we have seen how cost can be improved. Time, however, is something that many people may not view as being fair. Time, however, is fair if you make more out of what you have. It's not about the quantity, but it's about what you make out of what you have. Determination is another factor as to something people may view as not fair. Even so, determination can be both inspired and grown, so long as you have the solid motivation for it. All three of these characteristics can be very easily disproved. Altering your diet and exercising daily is fair because there is no strong reason not to participate in these actions. The third question to address is, will it bring goodwill and better friendships? The answer is yes, of course it will. Goodwill, by definition, is friendly, helpful, or cooperative feelings or attitude. Working out is a great way to be friendly and helpful to yourself, or maybe even to others, by being a role model and by putting yourself into experiences where you can grow and make more friends. Personally, I have made many new friends and have had so many unique experiences because of changing my diet and exercising more. One specific example would be my lacrosse team. I have been blessed both my senior and my sophomore year to be a captain of the team and to be that role model for others. I have made so many great friends on the team, and it's so refreshing being able to work out while still building friendships with all of them. Being part of a team is important for both your physical health and your mental health. It can help you grow in ways that you couldn't fathom until you feel it for yourself. Exercising and altering your diet can build friendships and create goodwill in many different ways. You just have to figure out which way is best for you. The final question to answer is, will dieting and exercising be beneficial to all concerned? As I said previously, not exercising every day and keeping a poor diet can put you on a deathbed that you won't see coming. So doing these two tasks every day are extremely beneficial to all concerned for three main reasons. It can keep you alive, it can keep you happy and healthy, and you can be an inspiration for others. Behaving healthier can do things and help your body in a way that no doctor can. Exercising improves your mood because the body releases chemicals that boost your sense of well-being and suppress hormones that cause stress and anxiety. You are physically changing your own hormones for the better. Because of this, people may see your happiness and want to feel what you're feeling. So in this way, you can be a role model and an inspiration to others, which I would definitely say is beneficial to all concerned. These 4 questions from the Rotary 4-way test very vividly support the statement that exercising and creating a healthy diet for yourself can be truthful, fair, able to create goodwill and friendships, and is beneficial to all concerned. You, yourself, are able to make this transformation at any day, at any time, for any reason. Remember that while you're on your own journey, you too can be an inspiration for someone else. So go, make a change in yourself so you can make a change in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaylee. And Isabella, are you ready to go?
Yep, I'm all good.
All right, go ahead and start whenever you're ready.
Hi, perfect. Hi, my name is Isabella Minio, and my Rotary test was over the 4 ways that social media creates a social disconnection in person. There are over 3.78 billion people who have access to social media. The world is at your fingertips when it comes to creating new connections with social media such as Instagram, Snapchat, and many others. People say there's more benefits to social media, but there's also abundance of negatives. A major negative effect is the social disconnection we create with our peers and with our reality. The four-way Rotary test asks the four questions: is this the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? Despite the connection social media creates, it also creates a social disconnection. At this time, we should be setting down our phones and creating more conversation in person to focus less on social media. The first question the four-way Rotary test asks is this the truth? The more time spent on social media constitutes for less time spending socializing with other people. Social media creates this social disconnection with others over a gradual period of time when you spend too much time on your phone. You almost become disembodied with your real life and begin to lose touch with others. This disembodiment can take real life a toll on your own life to in touch with other people. This disembodiment creates on yourself and others can lose touch with yourself and your reality, causing an increase in depression and increase of narcissistic personality traits. The disconnection of social isolation can cause a risk of developing personality disorders and brain disorders. So truthfully, people do lose a sense of their own disconnection with others from using social media too much. There's many now negative outlooks for other people who do use social media too much, increasing a risk of developing personality disorders and brain disorders. The second question the four-way Rotary test asks: is it fair to all concerned? As said before, the 3.7 billion people have a certain type of social media. Even with social media being geared towards younger generations, there are still many generations who use all types of social media. Research shown that from Pew Research Center, even the demographic age for people from 50 to 65 and older at least use 70% of one type of social media, like YouTube, Facebook, and many others. With these age groups using social media, it can concern over a major issue of how the information is spread. Data found by Procon is shown that social media is the top news source to over 46% of Americans get all their information. Besides, social media can enable the spread of unreliable and false information. This is fair for all concerned. If over 40 people are receiving information from social media sites, it can create a fast way to share false information for people all over. Creating this personal disconnection from the truth and what is real, it can also create fake news and whether or not you should be able to understand your own connections. The third way the four-way Rotary test asks is, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Take a moment to think about the friendships you have made. Are they childhood best friends, lovers, seatmates, or coworkers? Do any of these friendships cause a connection of social media? Even if you search up how friendships are made from the connections, social media is not one of the 5 things that show up online. Most of the most long-lasting friendships are created through in-person connections and being able to see one another. I know with COVID right now, everything has caused people to find different ways to be able to connect with others, and they've looked towards social media. But at the end, we found that there has been a high, my apologies. There has been a high increase with depression rates and suicide awareness. With this, the isolation that COVID has brought to us creates a social disconnection from everyone else and creates isolation for others, and they look towards their phones for that connection, but overall it creates a social disconnection. And even personally, when I'm with my other friends nowadays, we all look to our phones to a certain connection, and sitting down and realizing that we're able to find that with in-person connections, we're able to build more goodwill and best friendships. The last question is it beneficial to all concerned? Next time you're out, you could see the social disconnection social media creates, even in a coffee shop, out to dinner, or even walking down the street. It's visible everywhere, looking down at a tiny little screen every time your phone chimes. the disconnection there is, and even how people rely on social media for their own opinions. Because of the way people use social media is the way they think. It can make it easy for people to control others for the online platform they've created. With this, social media loses your sense of your own opinion and truth with what's being portrayed by everyone else. The following it creates, stated by the Youth of Voice, explains that the influence over others can create the disconnection of your own beliefs, and the disconnection of social media creates on others. So with this, it is beneficial to all concerned because the more connection we have with our peers, the more we're able to understand ourselves and not create a disconnection with others. So with this, we're able to see that social media creates a very apparent social disconnection with society. The 4-way Rotary test asks the question, is it truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? These questions bring to light the truth about social media and the disconnection of how people should be sitting down less on their phones and creating more conversations. Thank you.
Thanks, Isabella. Like Randy said, we just need to take a couple minutes to add everything up. I'm going to work with my judges, so I'm going to pass it over to him to keep the meeting going.
Okay, thanks very much. Very timely topics that we're dealing with today. And I think at this point in time, while the judges are tallying their votes, we're going to let Jim Myers go ahead with our 100th anniversary history moment.
Thank you, Randy. It was August of 1940. Our district governor was H.K. Carpenter, and he spoke during one of his sessions with us of his early life in Ravenna, where he was born, and being one of the first graduates of Kent State Teachers College. A special feature of that luncheon was the ice cream served for dessert made in an airplane mold, the gift of Todd Fenn of Fenn Dairy. Another important meeting during the year was the 20th anniversary of Rotary in Kent on November 20th at the Twin Lakes Country Club. There were over 250 in attendance, including our guests, our wives, etc. The guest speaker was Ray Nepple. He was the former president of the New York City Rotary Club, a director of Rotary International, and now a district governor. His interesting and thoughtful message was at a time when the world was aghast at the carnage in Europe and the possibility of another world conflict. You can see it building up to World War II, another moment in our club's history. Thank you, Randy.
Thank you very much, Jim. All right, anyone have any announcements? I think Kelly Tremaine, is he on? He wanted to make an announcement last week and there wasn't enough time. Kelly, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Great. Did you want to make an announcement about the literacy project you're doing?
So he's actually one of our judges.
Oh, well, forget that then. Let's move on to Stacy. Did you want to make an announcement about the auction, Stacy?
Yes, I just wanted to give the club an update. As you know, the pandemic has changed the way that we do many of our traditional Rotary events. The auction committee was able to meet this week to begin planning when or if it would be appropriate to resume a fellowship and fundraising event for our club. Based on that conversation with the auction committee and feedback from the Rotary board, we've determined that it makes the most sense to perhaps pursue a combination event that would celebrate our 100th anniversary, and also that event that could contain potentially a fundraising event as part of the 100th anniversary celebration. So we're beginning to explore that. And as we start to do some planning for potentially fall of 2021, you may start to receive a survey from the auction committee asking you your comfort level on attending an in-person event, or if you would be more comfortable with a virtual event. So keep an eye on your email for that. Like I said, we just met this week for the first time, and we will start to begin planning what that may look like so that we can all gather safely together again when it's time to do so. Thanks.
Thank you, Stacy. Appreciate the update. I just have a couple announcements you may have seen in the PowerPoint presentation at the beginning. For the last many years, we've participated in the district matching grant. Like this year, it's supporting our literacy project, the Imagination Library, which is meeting tonight, by the way. But it's also supported our international grants to produce or provide fresh water in Central America. So in order to do that, we have to have a giving level of $40 per person per year. And at this point in time, we're about $1,443 short. So this is kind of a plea to make some donations to the Rotary International Annual Fund before May 15th so that we can continue to qualify for that grant. That's all the announcements I have. Kelly, did you want, or it looks like Carol's got an announcement. Go right ahead, Carol.
Thank you, President Randy. I just wanted to remind everyone that if any of you have proposals for funding requests to submit to the Rotary Board, we'll be meeting April 13th. I've received a number of requests already, but if any others have them, I will need them no later than April 2nd, and the sooner the better. So thanks very much.
Okay.
Randy, I had a quick question about your announcement. Is
Sure.
that the Rotary International Fund the same as the Rotary Foundation? Not our club's foundation, but the Rotary Foundation?
It is, but there are multiple areas that you can give to in the foundation, like Polio Plus is a separate area. So it has to be to the annual fund.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Randy, I have an announcement.
Sure, go ahead, Todd.
So as we've talked about briefly, there's a food drive that we're going to be having a fun-friendly competition with the Stowe Monroe Falls Club. It's going to kick off for the month of April. So I'll share more information next week. I'll have a flyer for everybody that I'm going to ask Randy to pass around once it's finalized. And our friend Annie from the Stowe Monroe Falls Club has challenged us to be able to have a food drive that's going to benefit. For us, it'll be the Ben Curtis Family Foundation. Many of us are familiar with that. And it's going to involve putting up for cereal for those organizations. So Stowe Monroe Falls is using the Bulldog bags. And so we have the Ben Curtis Family Foundation. So more to come next week, but be ready to donate for a food drive so that we can compete. And we are in with skin for this one. There's a direct monetary challenge for our foundations that is going to that. So that's sort of a preview for you. And I'll have more of it next week.
Thanks, Todd.
I have a question about that, Todd. So is that, so are we donating boxes of cereal? Are we donating money for boxes of cereal or bags of cereal? And is it the amount of money that we're being judged on, or the quantity of cereal that we're being judged on?
So it's the quantity of individual cereal servings, because that's how it's being divvied out. And I'm not sure, Kathy, on perspective, if you feel like you're paying for cereal or just putting money in, for them, it's the same thing. It's the amount of actual cereal they're getting. So you can choose how you want to perceive what that's like. How's that sound?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, any other announcements? How are we doing as far as our judges go?
We have maybe like another 2 minutes.
All right.
Please, thank you.
Hey, Randy, I have a quick question. Are we allowed to ask our speakers a question?
I don't know. Olivia, can we ask the speakers questions? Olivia says, go ahead.
This
So let's
is
do
a bit self-serving. We have a district competition coming up here in a couple of weeks. I was wondering for the two speakers, Isabella and Kaylee, that did you have a harder time speaking on Zoom, or do you have a harder time speaking in person, and why?
I can go first. Definitely, I personally don't like speaking on the Zoom calls. I feel more comfortable being able to see my audience, and it's kind of hard to explain, but personally, it's just at the end of the day, I would like to see how everyone reacts with it. With the computer, you get no social interaction. Going back to my topic, it creates that social disconnection, and it's definitely not my preference.
Great, thank you.
I think I agree with Bella. I think I would prefer an in-person, competition or whatever, just because you can see, what Bella said, like the reactions or like the clap at the end, like I just saw a bunch of screens go like that. So I think it's, better in person.
Great, thank you.
Any other questions?
I've got a follow-up question.
Sure.
It's technical because I'm in charge of the district contest. Are you standing up or sitting down?
Standing up. Yeah.
Okay, I figured it looks like you're standing, but I just wanted to, because I'd like to be able to offer guidance to the students from other clubs. So thank you.
Yeah.
Nicely done, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, and thank you to everyone commenting in the chat. That means a lot because I was super nervous. So you all saying that means a lot.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for everyone with the nice comments, and I appreciate it too.
You both did very well. Anybody else with a question? No.
Randy,
Yes.
I've got a question for the minutes. Who's the third judge? I have Kelly and Sharon and.
It's Steve Smith.
Thanks.
All right. Good deal.
And we're ready to go whenever you are, Randy.
Well, we're ready.
Sweet. All right. Well, thank you both. It was wonderful to hear your topics today. I mean, I don't know about everyone else, but I'm impressed. When I was at your age, I know that speaking in front of people was not the most comfortable thing, especially a group like all of these great people. So I give you so much credit for doing this. So no matter where you place, please know that this is a feat, and we're just all very happy to have you here today. So thank you again to our judges. We are finally ready to go to announce our second place in Kent Rotary's 2021 four-way speech contest goes to Isabella Manillo. And our first place, as we can probably guess, goes to Kaylee Lowry. So Kaylee, in case you didn't know, I'm sure you've already heard, we do have our district contest coming up on Saturday, April 10th, which you've been invited now to compete in, and we hope to see you there. I'll be following up with you and your teacher to get all that stuff finalized. But Randy, do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, just congratulations to both of them. Oh,
I have something I'd like us to do. Can we all unmute and actually applaud so they can hear it?
sure, let's give it a whirl.
Makes it better.
Absolutely.
Woo! Good job.
Good idea.
Yes.
Very good, very good. Okay, well, I just wanted to give an opportunity for Kelly if he wanted to give some shout outs to the folks that participated in that literacy project.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, just again, it was a long, I appreciate everyone's support and the technology issues that we all had. I know it wasn't easy. If I can find my piece of paper here, we had quite a few participants, which was good. Andrew Pop, Heidi Singer, Roger Sidoti, Mark Pinnell, if I'm pronouncing them wrong, I'm sorry, Sandy Reed, Kathy Myers, Paul Organ, Todd Kemenash, Will Underwood, and David Myers all participated and gave videos. Many gave multiple videos, so very appreciative. We got them uploaded, we got them over there, so hopefully they're utilizing them. But I just wanted to appreciate everyone's taking time to do that. I know it wasn't an easy venture to get a video reading a book and then get it uploaded for us, some of us older folks. So, but I think we got them. So thank you.
Yes, thank you all to those that participated. This, as you recall, this is what we do this every year, but often, or in the past, we've always done it in person except for last year. And so this was an attempt to recreate that by making videos of various members reading stories. I assume this went to like the kindergarten, first grade classes at the Kent and Broomfield City Schools as it's done in the past.
Yep.
So again, thank you all. All right. we're going to be wrapping up a little early here today. If anyone have any other thoughts, comments, or anything for the good of the order? If not, I'm going to end the meeting and we can chat for a little bit afterwards if you want. Again, thank you so much to our speakers.
Thank
Great
you guys so much.
program.
Thank you.